That was basically a year prior to me beating the record. So I'm like thinking about that. This is amazing.
This is your city, Gout Gout. This is your country.
At just 17 years old, Gout Gout is already making waves in the sprinting world. But he's not just breaking records, he's challenging Noah Lyles, the reigning Olympic and world champion. Could this fearless young sprinter really shake up the sport? Or is Lyles still untouchable? Let's dive in. Number 1. The rise of Gout Gout. Every now and then, a young athlete emerges who forces the world to take notice. Gout Gout is that athlete. At just 17 years old, this Australian sprinter is already being hailed as the next big thing in track and field. His rise to prominence has been nothing short of electrifying, and many believe he could be the future of sprinting. But what makes Gout stand out from the rest? For starters, his raw talent is undeniable. Gout first gained attention as a 16-year-old when he shattered a 56-year-old Australian record in the 200 meters. Running a blistering 20.04 seconds, he erased the mark previously set by Peter Norman, an Olympic silver medalist and one of Australia's most celebrated sprinters. The significance of this achievement wasn't lost on the athletics world. Breaking a national record is one thing. Doing it at such a young age is something entirely different. But Gout didn't stop there. His performances on the track have drawn immediate comparisons to some of the sport's greatest legends. His tall, powerful stride and effortless acceleration remind many of a young Usain Bolt. Though Bolt's dominance in the 100 meters and 200 meters remains unmatched, Gout's trajectory suggests he could follow a similar path. His rapid improvement in times, combined with his fearless approach to competition, makes him a serious contender for the sport's highest honors. Despite his young age, Gout has already faced elite competition. He has raced against seasoned professionals and shown he can hold his own. His performances in junior championships were nothing short of dominant, leaving his competitors struggling to keep up. But the real test lies ahead, competing at the senior level against the best sprinters in the world. Beyond his physical abilities, what makes Gout truly exciting is his mentality. He's not just running to participate, he's running to win. His confidence is striking, and he has made it clear that he's not afraid to challenge the biggest names in the sport. And that includes Noah Lyles. Could this be the beginning of a new sprinting rivalry? If Gout's past performances are anything to go by, he's not just aiming to keep up, he's aiming to take over. And that's what makes his journey so exciting. Number 2, the reigning champion, Noah Lyles. While Gout Gout is making waves as the sport's next big name, the current king of sprinting isn't ready to hand over his crown just yet. Noah Lyles has spent years proving why he's the fastest man in the world, and if Gout wants to claim that title, he'll have to go through him first. Lyles has dominated track and field for nearly a decade. Known for his explosive speed, showmanship, and unshakable confidence, he's built a reputation as not just a champion, but an entertainer. His rise to the top wasn't overnight. He worked his way up through the ranks, starting as a high school phenomenon before turning professional in 2016. By 2019, he had already claimed his first World Championship gold medal in the 200 meters, signaling the beginning of his reign. Fast forward to 2024, and Lyles has firmly established himself as the sport's premier sprinter. He left no doubt at the 2024 Paris Olympics, securing double gold in both the 100-meter and 200-meter events, solidifying his claim as the world's fastest man. His ability to consistently deliver on the biggest stage has made him the face of sprinting in the post-Usain Bolt era. While many doubted whether the sport would find another dominant personality after Bolt's retirement, Lyles has stepped into that role effortlessly. One of his biggest strengths is his versatility. While many sprinters specialize in either the 100 meters or the 200 meters, Lyles excels in both. His personal best in the 200 meters, 19.31 seconds, makes him the third fastest man in history at that distance, behind only Usain Bolt and Johan Blake. His 100-meter time of 9.83 seconds is equally elite, proving he has the raw speed to match anyone on the track. But beyond the records and the medals, Lyles brings something even more valuable to the sport: charisma. He thrives under pressure, welcomes competition, and isn't afraid to speak his mind. When young challengers emerge, he doesn't shy away, he embraces them. And that's exactly what makes his potential showdown with Gout so intriguing. With a new generation of sprinters rising, the question remains, can Noah Lyles maintain his throne, or is Gout Gout the challenger who will shake up the sprinting world? Either way, the battle lines are being drawn, and fans are ready for what could be an epic showdown. Number 3, the training encounter. For most young athletes, the idea of training alongside a world champion is nothing more than a dream. But for Gout Gout, that dream became a reality when he found himself sharing the track with none other than Noah Lyles. This wasn't just any training session, it was a moment that could define the future of sprinting. Earlier this year, Gout traveled to Florida, where he had the opportunity to train under Lance Brauman, one of the most respected sprint coaches in the world. Brauman has worked with some of the fastest athletes in history, including Tyson Gay and Shawnee Miller-Weibo. But his most well-known protege, Noah Lyles himself. For Gout, this was more than just a chance to improve. It was a front-row seat to the training routine of a champion. He got to experience firsthand the level of dedication, discipline, and intensity required to be the best. And while some young sprinters might have been intimidated, Gout took the opportunity head-on. He wasn't just there to watch, he was there to compete. Reports from the camp suggest that Gout wasn't shy about pushing himself. He matched Lyles' intensity, soaking up every piece of advice while proving that he belonged on the same track. His explosive starts, effortless stride, and fearless attitude left a lasting impression on everyone who saw him train. Even Lyles himself couldn't help but acknowledge the young sprinter's potential. In interviews following the camp, Lyles spoke highly of Gout, praising his raw talent and work ethic. He admitted that the young Australian reminded him of himself at that age, driven, hungry, and eager to prove something. But at the same time, Lyles made it clear that he's still the one to beat. He's not ready to pass the torch just yet, and if Gout wants to take his place, he's going to have to earn it. This training camp wasn't just a learning experience for Gout, it was the beginning of something bigger, a rivalry in the making. The young prodigy and the reigning champion had now shared the same track, and while there was mutual respect, there was also an unspoken challenge between them. Because Gout wasn't just there to train, he was there to send a message. And what happened next made that message loud and clear. Number 4, the bold challenge.
I mean, Tokyo, I'm trying to show you what's up. So
most young athletes would be content with simply training alongside a world champion. They might take notes, observe from a distance, and humbly acknowledge the gap between themselves and the best. But Gout Gout is not most young athletes. Instead of just learning from Noah Lyles, he made it clear that he was coming for him. In a move that caught many by surprise, Gout openly declared his intentions.
I'm trying to come at that with a
That's what I love to hear.
So, whatever I gotta do to show Noah I'm coming for that spot.
He wasn't in the sport to just compete. He was here to win, and more importantly, he was here to challenge Noah Lyles directly. In an interview after their training sessions, Gout didn't hesitate when asked about his goals. He spoke with confidence, determination, and zero fear. He didn't just say he wanted to be the best one day, he hinted that he could be the best right now. For a 17-year-old to call out the reigning Olympic and world champion is no small statement. But that's exactly what makes Gout different. He's not waiting his turn. He's not standing in line. He's sprinting straight to the front, daring anyone, including Lyles, to stop him. Naturally, Lyles took notice. But instead of brushing off the challenge, he did something unexpected. He welcomed it. In an interview, Lyles praised Gout's confidence and hunger, acknowledging that the sport needs young challengers to push the boundaries. However, he also made one thing very clear. Talking is easy. Winning is not. Lyles has spent years proving himself on the world's biggest stage. He knows that being the fastest isn't just about raw talent. It's about handling pressure, competing under the brightest lights, and delivering when it matters most. He respects Gout's ambition, but he isn't about to let a teenager take his crown without a fight. The track world immediately took notice of this brewing rivalry. Fans, analysts, and even other athletes started to wonder, could this be the beginning of a new era in sprinting? Could Gout actually pose a serious threat to Lyles' dominance? Or is this just youthful bravado that will fade when it's time to race? One thing is certain, this isn't just talk anymore, the stage is set. The challenge has been made, and soon, the world will find out if Gout Gout can back up his bold words with blazing speed. Number 5, the upcoming showdown. Talk is cheap in the world of sprinting. Only the stopwatch tells the truth. And soon, both Gout Gout and Noah Lyles will have the chance to prove who belongs at the top. With Gout's bold challenge still fresh in everyone's minds, all eyes are now on the upcoming World Championships in Tokyo, the first major event where these two sprinters could go head-to-head. If Gout truly believes he can challenge Lyles, this will be his moment to prove it on the biggest stage in athletics. But that won't be easy. Lyles has already established himself as one of the greatest sprinters of his generation. He thrives under pressure, and when the stakes are high, he delivers. His dominance in the 100 meters and 200 meters over the past few years has been unmatched, and he's coming into the championships as the clear favorite. With his Olympic gold medals still fresh in memory, he's more confident than ever. For Gout, however, this is a golden opportunity. While he's already broken records and turned heads, he has yet to compete against the absolute best on the world stage. Facing Lyles in Tokyo won't just be about winning or losing, it'll be about proving that he belongs in the same conversation as the sport's elite. Even if he doesn't take the gold, a strong performance against the reigning champion could solidify him as the future of sprinting. The race is set to be a battle of experience versus raw potential. On one side, there's Lyles, the seasoned champion who knows how to perform under the brightest lights. On the other, there's Gout, the fearless newcomer with nothing to lose and everything to prove. It's a perfect storm for an unforgettable clash. And what makes this even more exciting? The unpredictable factor? Sprinting isn't just about who's the favorite, it's about who delivers in the moment. We've seen young stars shock the world before, and if Gout's confidence is backed by his speed, he just might pull off something historic. So, is this just another chapter in Lyles' dominance, or is this the race where a new star is born? One thing is certain, Tokyo will answer all the questions, and when the gun goes off, the entire world will be watching. Number 6, the future of sprinting. Whether Gout Gout defeats Noah Lyles or not in their upcoming showdown, one thing is already clear. The future of sprinting is in good hands. Track and field has always thrived on rivalries. Carl Lewis versus Ben Johnson, Usain Bolt versus Johan Blake, and now, could it be Lyles versus Gout? The beauty of athletics lies in its constant evolution. Just when the world believes one athlete is unbeatable, a new contender steps onto the track and shifts the balance of power. Gout represents that shift. He isn't just another fast runner, he's a fearless competitor who has already proven he belongs in the conversation. He doesn't just want to compete with the best, he wants to take over. But Lyles is far from done. He has spent years perfecting his craft, and at 26, he's still in his prime. His experience, race tactics, and ability to handle pressure give him an edge that young challengers can't ignore. He has fought hard to be at the top, and if history tells us anything, he won't give up his throne without a fight. This potential rivalry isn't just good for the two athletes involved, it's good for the entire sport. Sprinting thrives when fresh faces challenge the established greats, forcing everyone to push their limits. Fans love a storyline, and Gout versus Lyles is the perfect one. A young, ambitious runner trying to dethrone the king, that's the kind of drama that keeps people watching. But what happens next? If Gout continues his meteoric rise and manages to stay healthy, we could be witnessing the birth of a new sprinting era. If he can consistently clock times below 20 seconds in the 200 meters and below 10 seconds in the 100 meters, he won't just be a challenger, he'll be a legitimate title contender for years to come. At the same time, Lyles now has a new reason to stay motivated. Champions don't just compete for medals, they compete to prove they're still the best. If Gout is coming for him, Lyles will train even harder to make sure he stays ahead. So, will Gout be the next big thing, or will Lyles remind the world why he's still the fastest man alive? No matter what happens, one thing is certain, this is just the beginning. And for track and field fans around the world, that's the most exciting part. Gout Gout has made it clear. He's coming for the top spot, but Noah Lyles isn't backing down. Will this be the start of sprinting's next great rivalry, or will Lyles prove that experience still rules the track? One thing's for sure, the race for sprinting's future has never been more exciting.